As part of Ireland's Decade of Commemorations, Yeats 2015 is a series of cultural and commemorative events celebrating the life and work of the poet W.B. Yeats. From cities like Sydney in Australia and Seoul in South Korea to Istanbul, St. Petersburg and Chicago, New York, and Washington DC even. There's a whole series of celebrations of that life and work of W.B. Yeats. As part of this, in NUI Galway, we thought we'd put together an exhibition called Yeats in the West that celebrates Yeats' own connections with the West, with the people and the places here that caused him to create the cultural revolution that started in the West. The exhibition Yeats in the West tells the story of Yeats' collaborations by considering a whole lot of material. We have rare books, we have manuscripts from our own collections and from the National Library of Ireland and the Berg Collection in New York. We have images, we have video specially shot for the exhibition. Yeats in the West celebrates his poetry, the landscape and thoughts and crafts of the people here. It celebrates song, folklore, mysticism and the stories and connections that Yeats found here. It also celebrates the collaborations that he made here. He met J.M. Synge, Lady Gregory and others, and from there formed the basis of what you might think of as modern Ireland, really. His use of the crafts and cultures from medieval times, his use of pagan mythology, his use of the language particularly, and translations of Irish are something that still stand to us today in thinking about what culture is in Ireland. And this was a collaboration and a revolution that was formed very much in the West. Highlights of the exhibition include a portrait of Lady Gregory of 1912 by Gerald Festus Kelly. We have works by Gerard Dillon. We have in particular a whole series of works by Jack B. Yeats, Yeats' artist brother. That includes an oil painting lent to us called The Good Grey Morning, but it also includes the university's own collections of a 1900 Galway sketchbook, and it also, fascinating, includes a whole series of the broadsides Jack B. Yeats produced at his sister's Cooler Press, featuring all kinds of Western iconography, Galway races and travellers of the time, as well as circus clowns, rebels of all kinds. Really the pictures represent landscapes and the people in those landscapes, outsiders. And later on he collaborated in the most wonderful collaboration with his brother W.B. in a whole series of these broadsides, which include music and ballads and W.B.'s own poems. And I think that's really the highlight of the collection. Yeats wasn't just a poet, he was a man who did things. And I think most of all, as well as creating a cultural revolution in the West, he was a collaborator. He was someone who worked with Lady Gregory, with J.M. Synge and others to found the Abbey Theatre, a story that really began in the West. The exhibition involves a collaboration across the departments of the university and the library. It's been so exciting getting to grips with the archives, the special collections, delving down into the basement to find things that hadn't been looked at for a while. And what we've produced is a collection of rare books from the Rare Book Store, those Cooler Press books, and plenty of first editions of W.B. Yeats,